right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I just want us to go through this video, and I want to remind you that yesterday we exposed how this man you are seeing on screen, Isaiah Yogo, aka Nkere or Nkere, Isaiah Yogo, which one I don't know, but you know who I'm talking about. Look at him here. That he paid medians, those media warrior. That's why you see every ant, every mushroom, every shirirat, all of them are now ranting and trying to act their voice on social media without bringing it the way it is. All they could do is to target the person they perceive to be one of their rivalry and do some dirty work on the person, cut and join, and lie with everything in them to propagate the intention and the motive of one single man in the name of media warrior. Now, the video that Jamaka Jere, where he talked about it, he made it clear that no matter what may be your problem as a media person, that this guy, as long as you are in support of Briggy, he will do everything. He will go to any length, any mile to get it done for you. If you watch the video yesterday about where we talked about it, that means this video, what I'm about to say now, or show you now is not it won't be strange to you. I mean, it will go a long way to prove to you that not only now that some difference are eager to look for a way to make money from social media or talking about Biafra or being representing Biafra in any shape or form. Many people want to do that with a kind of some monetary gain. You understand? So it's not as if it just started because PM is not here. No, during the time of Nnamudi, the same thing happened massively. That people, question the integrity of some of our people that are on social media. Then, or not on social media per se, but on Radio Biafra. Because then Mazi have some group of people broadcasting about Biafra from homeland. Some are in Lagos, some are in London, some are in US, right? And then he noticed that some people said, because maybe they were waiting to receive money or out of maybe something like appreciation or something like that, but Mazi did not give room to that. And they started agitating. And because of that, Mazi have this thing to say. Just listen. So before we go through what Mazagana said, I would like you to like this video and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. And bring your comment on. Let us know what is your take on that. Maybe one of these days we may revisit some of the old clips of Mazamukano on a live stream. Hopefully we have time to do that because many things that is going on now has been happening or has happened in the past. And there's a way Mazagano control that, not by tearing anybody apart. Now, you will understand that during the time of Nnamudi, during when he started, not when he started per se, but after some years of him broadcasting about Biafra, talking about it and the plans and everything the way it's supposed to be, all right. Uh, some people, were questioning him, and some said no, their own is they're going to form a group called the Bire Initiative, something like that. I don't know if you have heard about it in the past. Mazakano went through that challenge, division and bringing different group in the name of Biafra. Everyone want to be a leader. It did not start today. But the issue is that how you control it, how you manage it peacefully and amicably determines how you survive. If you bring this aggression and gara will keep on imposing yourself on people, you won't survive. Bureau Initiative was not able to grant open mic or interview. They were just like doing what they're doing, challenging Mazamukano in all angle. What did Mazamukano do? He was, he just starts opening mic for people to contribute, like giving Biafrans space to add their voice. Okay, like what during the time of that Bureau Initiative and all that, you will hear how Mazamukano handled that and what he said on those pushing for them to have something monetary gain from what is going on. Now listen to this. Just pay attention, okay? Because we are going to bring it the way it's supposed to be.
They will be exposed for what they are. And this evening we will make it very clear to the whole world. Anybody dealing with people who are demanding payment before they serve their country will not have anything to do with Radio Biafra. It won't happen again.
You get
You
that?
will be excommunicated.
Okay.
We are marching towards our freedom. Anything stopping us will be cut out immediately. We don't want to carry excess baggage. We don't want to carry people who see this as a free ride. This is Biafra we're talking about. It's not about making your name. This evening, the world will hear what some people never thought possible before. But before we go into that, we'll give way to the audience we have here to please bring their perspective and their views to what we're covering this evening. Please, you may proceed. Hello. Yes, thank you, able director. And I still thank Biafrans all over the world, especially those of you who are in some countries that are supposed to be living now, but yes.
Okay, for the sake of the time, I'm not gonna allow this video to get to that extent to be too long. The woman you are hearing her voice happened to be the lady called Rita and the Bog. That few I think December, January, this woman came out and began to support the arrest of PM Simon Ekpa. I mean, maybe some of you that follow the platform, maybe you can reconnect. The video is here on this platform, where she was bragging and saying that yeah, Simon Ekpa does not represent Nnamudi Kanu, that he knew Nnamudi Kanu. It's a very good, very welcome development. She will before then, prior to that, she was always attack. She was always attacking Nnamudi Kanu. Okay, and she said on all manner of nonsense against him in the past because he's no longer a supporter of Biafra. He's not. He not she. She not he rather. He's no longer in support of Biafra. She always believed now that Biafran is something, a kind of a thing of illusion. You are just talking to yourself, or you are just mistaking. There is a misconception. Nigeria should be, one indivisible unit. That's her stand now. But if I play this voice, if this have contribution here now, you will hear her dishing out insult and laying curse on Nigerian and saying a lot of things. But because of inherited, when the money, maybe she did not get what she was expecting, and she began to jump from pillar to, from post to post. But that's not because of her, to be honest. But Mazon Kanu, you heard what he said. He's very clear that those that are trying to condition Biafrans to pay them for them to broadcast or talk about Biafra, that they have no room, no space in what he's doing. You get the point? Then compare it with what Chemaka Jerez told us yesterday, that as long as we are talking about Briggy, as long as we are saying good things about Nkere, bring your problem on, it is solvable. They will solve it one hand for you. So, anybody that noticed that this is the way to go, of course, they will open their platform and begin to talk about Nkere so that they will notice you and start dropping something to you. Especially when you have maybe bigger audience. I told us that I received some invitation from unknown people that I don't even know where they come from, but they called me and they were saying things like, if you want us to connect you with a academic highness, they were mentioning names that I don't know, so that you can, to them, you are, Maz, no, what you are saying is good, but I think you don't have the right information. We can tell you the real truth, what happened. Just, okay, I may not be in position to tell you all these things. If you don't mind, let me send numbers of social person so that you can talk to them, that kind of thing. In the process of me trying to be acquainted with what is going on or what was going on, the message, the togetherness, we get deeper and deeper. Before you know it, it becomes a quarry. Anyway, we are not here to that. It's not about me. It's about what some Biafrans choose to do. If you want to make money, okay, that's what they're trying to tell you, that this is how Briggy run their own. But in USB, nobody knows that you exist. In fact, the only thing you hear from my people is to constantly checking on you, whether you are going to talk bad about them or not, that kind of thing. But appreciation is It's not there. And not only that it's not there, insult, of course, is 100%. But that's not the issue. The issue is that, do you know what you are doing? Do you know what you are saying? Are you aware of the implication of what they are saying? That is one thing people need to understand. So if Biafran issue is not about okay, how much you are gonna pay me, how much I'm gonna pay you, like Mazi likely said. But anybody that present or put himself or herself as maybe a leader you want to lead, first thing first, you need to know what truthfulness is called. Remove everything lie from what you're doing. That's number one. Number two, do not force yourself on anybody, and understand that Biafrans are wired in such a way that you don't dare think for them. Just like, for example, myself here, that maybe I have followers here, and because I have followers, and then I'll start believing that what I says, every of my followers will buy into that and believe that, that kind of thing. It's not true. They follow you not because they want you to be their leader. No, they follow you probably because what you are preaching or what you are doing is interesting. They want to hear more. They want to. That's all. But you forcing yourself to condition, their mind and the way they think, that means you don't even know what you're doing. It will be a very disaster for anybody, any broadcast, any platform. You look at your, so when you check on your subscribers, and you think that you are now up there. In fact, you are now a leader. You can do that to Nnamdi, but you see Biafrans, distance yourself from that. That's a mistake many of us are doing. Those that have platform, you think that once I say something, I will, a homie. That is what put why is where she is now. That is a mistake of every unite as we speak, because you control 100 and something thousand people, or you have them on your, not control rather, you have followers like that. You think that you are not controlling them. It doesn't work that way. People follow you for a different reason. Some actually follow to see how you fall and how you make mistake, not because they love you. No, it's not about they love you. They may love what you say, what you're saying, or the way the charisma or something like that. Not that they want somebody like you to be their leader. You get the point. We need to always differentiate ourselves from that. This our brother here is opposite of what I just said. He want to be a leader by any means necessary, and that is the major problem that he has. When you look at him, the way he talk, the way body language, everything is not anything that has to do with quality of leaders is not there truly. But I understand that he have the urge, he want to be, and I feel for him. But that does not mean he qualified to be. And when you listen to this audio before you now, you can relate to what I just said. Look at how he started, the mistakes there. I'm not here to mock him. I just want you to connect the dot, because some of you tomorrow want to do the same mistake, not in Biafra, maybe probably in other things in your private life. Always know your limit and where you are positioned. Don't don't feel that you are already there, you have arrived. No, it doesn't work that way, please.
For the
Now,
saboteurs,
let me you see
enemies
any enemies. Just hold on. You see
and
this.
outside Biafra land,
Just listen to this our brother. Listen.
greetings. For the enemies of Biafrans,
One.
for the saboteurs, the enemies within
What is enemies within?
and outside Biafra land,
You understand? As a leader, I'm not saying you should not make mistake, but not this kind of mistake. Nobody's above mistake. That's just a fact. The enemy, and you are saying that shaking your neck like in India. Your enemy. No, there's what is called charisma. Like leadership is not only when that you have bold to stand and talk. There are other things that follow up.
leave Biafra land, leave us alone, especially the enemy within.
Especially the enemies within. See, the coordination is zero. Do you understand? I'm not saying that his attempt to add something to Biafrans, or taking something from to Biafrans, it depends on how you perceive it. Some believe that he's not adding anything. Rather, he's taking something. So, but what I'm saying is that for him to have the courage to talk about Biafra alone, I appreciate that. But please, when issue of leadership, you can do other things, not this. You understand? You can, but those of them that are receiving that on monthly base salary, if you talk about, oh, how dare you to take an IPM like that, within themselves, they know that he's not there. He's not the. He don't have the quality. But automatically to them, he's the only person that the APM is the best. You know, ATM, he is the best. Why? Because of that salary. Remove the salary for 3 months and let us hear from them. Remove this idea of helping them and paying for their problems. Let us hear from them. You know, that kind of thing. So a man who has family and have responsibilities, and he's aware that once he have any issue or any challenges, there's a hotline to call. Once you call the line, your problem is being solved. Of course, they wouldn't want to, joke with that kind of connection. So anybody talking about, that's why you see them trying to twist everything. My Ngozi Orabo Fulani, Ngozi Orabo Gongoro, Ngozi Orabo Ka, Madam Hare Matthew, Maruba Abubakar, in all because of what? Money, 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 money. Nothing more. And Mazi Gani said, no, you can't bring them here.
People here in the studio
Listen.
to tell us their own perspective and their views, anything that it is. Mm-hmm. It could be from the news headlines. Mm-hmm. It could also be from this very raging debate on Facebook. What about people who are questioning the integrity of Radio Biafra? Okay. Men who are, I won't call them faceless, but his pictures on Facebook. And also
speaking about other groups that want to challenge IPOB, back then, this broadcast happened, then it's not today's broadcast. Like where I'm playing it from, it was uploaded 11 years ago. 11 years ago. So don't get it twisted. It's not yesterday's broadcast. No, it is old one. And this place where I'm playing it from has a lot of broadcasts of Malokan back then. So if you have time, we may decide to revisit it again to pick some things there for you to understand. But what I'm trying to tell you this morning or this afternoon, this evening, depending on your time zone, is that the idea of paying people is haram. All right, it's forbidden. It's haram because this is a movement that people should come out and do willing. Like if you have the time. That's why when I said don't count me as your leader. I am not. Okay, I'm not your leader. I'm not here to tell you that I am one of that kind of thing. So I'm not here to do that. I can only tell you the truth. Because one of the reasons why many of us misbehave and join gangsters thinking that you are supporting freedom is because of lack of information. When somebody dish out lies simply without you knowing that the person is on salary base, you don't know, and they're not proud to say that because they know what that means. They know the backlash they will receive for saying that. They will hide it. They're like a young girl hide pregnancy without being married. You hide it. They will hide that to the extent that they can do anything to make sure they protect that singular act. Okay. Now listen to Mazi again before we go to this guy. That's a moment.
For them to hear.
No, start from here.
To the people here in the studio to tell us their own perspective and their views, anything that it is. It could be from the news headlines. It could also be his speech on radio.
So the audio is having an issue, but we are working on that because I want to make sure.
From perspective and their views, anything that it is. It could be from the news headlines. It could also be from this very raging debate on Facebook. What about people who are questioning the integrity of Radio Biafra? Men who are, I won't call them faceless, but his pictures on Facebook. And also our dear sister, the previous newscaster on Radio Biafra that wants to be paid. You have people fighting for Biafra who are basically blackmailers. If you don't pay me, I will say this. If you don't pay me, I will say that this evening they have come to the end of the road. This evening they will be exposed for what they are. And this
now, Mazi kicked against payment. All right. Now, let us hear from this man. Listen.
I have a question for the enemy within. Are you having fun with the killing that you and the Nigerian terrorists are killing the Biafrans? Greetings for the enemies of Biafrans, for the saboteurs, the enemies within and outside Biafra land, enemies within.
Oh God. Okay, I just want to share this with us. Like, I don't want to go, go deeper on this guy's approach and the way he present himself in the name of leadership. Anyway, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think about all we discussed so far. Do you agree or disagree that this idea of dropping some cash for people to preach, not preaching Biafra, no, but preach according to what he wants, and his money will speak for him and all that. Anyway, I want to hear from you. God bless you and remain blessed. Bye bye for now.